Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. All right, good evening, probably good evening. I think most people watching are probably in the States. 9 hours early. It's a bit early for most of the Europeans, but there maybe are some Pacific Islander folks, or Australians, not exactly a Pacific island, Pacific continent. We have 4 different creators we're going to watch right now. We'll switch through them as we go on. The show is going to go on about an hour, maybe a little bit longer depending on what fights are happening. We have Thisk in screen number 1. We have Trevor Boy Gaming in screen number 2. Dylar's Twi'lek Tactics in screen number 3. And Tassanex Gaming in screen number 4. Currently, we're watching Thisk, who's looking at some stats and taking notes. So we're going to switch to Trevor Boy. He's in the middle of a fight here. We have Ahsoka, Armorer, and Commander Ahsoka up against a Mon Mothma team. Interesting, sort of Outlast versus Outlast. Not so sure how that's going to work out. It looks like it is going to work out, though, because Commander Ahsoka is just about to take out Biggs, and that'll be the end of the fight. Yeah, I guess too much counterattacks, and with the Annihilate or the Force Leap of Commander Ahsoka, probably a very good chance of that working. Lots of turns, though, from Biggs, due to anytime he gets crit. Oh, now we have Scarif Rebel Pathfinder back here. This may not actually work. Oh no, Commander Ahsoka is doing decent damage. And Trevor Boy has made the smart choice of hitting auto, because there's not much to do now besides just let it go. Interesting choice to go with this team. Not quite sure. I guess it's a Relic Biggs and probably not a Relic Commander Ahsoka Tano. Oh, but he should do targeting. That just went off of the little additional dude there. Okay, this should be a win. It's like 4 turns before Mothma has her Resurrect back, I don't think. They both have sets of ingots now. Next hit should do it. Oh, how is she dodging? And how is he not dying? Uh-oh, this is looking like a timeout. That is terrible. Well, maybe not, a minute left. Thankfully it's a G12 Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. Yeah, one of the biggest issues with Biggs, why wasn't he just leaving on auto with manual targeting? I also would have considered just doing a basic here to dispel buffs, because Ahsoka dispels buffs on her basic. The problem is that if she crit, he would just get them back, or evaded. This is very interesting. I guess I don't really know the relic level of the Commander Ahsoka, because I think that would be a pretty easy fight. But it looks like it's going to end up in a timeout. That's lucky. Dang, okay, let's go check out what else is happening. We still have Thisk, so he's a Div 2 player on this account. He has actually 3 accounts, and they all share exactly the same name. We can tell by the score. 1430, his opponent has not attacked yet, just set a defense. 1430 is Div 1, 1348 is Div 2. Okay, he's choosing. Let's go take a look at Dylar and see what Dylar is up to. He's choosing 2. Some interesting teams there. Dylar usually keeps a mix of GLs for offense. While he's thinking about this and choosing, let's go take a look at the same thing for Tassanex. He has cleared the front zone. And now he's thinking about what to do in the back here. While they are selecting their team, let's go back up to Trevor Boy Gaming. He's taking Asajj. Oh, interesting. Was this a team he has to clean up? How is Asajj? She's not going to ramp. She's just there for dispel, I guess. should be tank tech on Asajj and weapon tech on Nest, is what I would do. I would do it the other way around, because Nest can go around taunt, and she ramps with buffs, and there are buffs that the KRU team will be generating. I don't know what relic. I think it's not even a relic Nest, but an interesting choice here. I think it would be a safe cleanup if Nest had the weapon tech. But I don't know, maybe Asajj is the one with relics. She's certainly doing a good amount of damage. And playing the auto game. But yeah, target, yeah, that's the real danger there anyway. Okay, well, going to be a win then. I mean, not 100%, but I can't imagine that KRU. Because let's see, does Asajj apply a debuff on her attack? Because if she applies a debuff, then KRU is healing himself every time he gets inflicted with a status effect, a debuff. I'm not as sure. I know Enfys just does a spell, but no debuffs from her. Oh yeah, of course, Asajj has a chance to stun. So in this case, they may not actually be able to get through Relic KRU. That's interesting at this GP level. Alright, let's go. This is going to take a while, and I don't think that it's going to end up as a win. So let's go take a look at Dylar. He's taking Imperial Troopers against Night Sisters, easy peasy. And here we have an interesting, like this, gas solo, oh well, at G11 or something. Alright. So now a bit of a stall, G11, G11. I don't know what. Okay, and that's Relict. Another stall. Yeah, okay, well that's super. I would think pretty easy. Vulnerability is gone, you can kill Quill, yeah. And there's no way that Bam is going to, yeah. End of story. Alright, easy peasy. The Night Sister battle was easy. Here we have Tasnax doing Wedge against the Bros and Finn. Wedge is popular, but I think he's one of the worst leads for maxing banners. Kira is almost always a better choice. Assuming your Kira is decently fast and the low, you can do it with Gear 12, but it's more difficult with Gear 12. You can use Kira and get 54. Kira, Han, and Chewie, and get 54 most of the times. You have a lot more control with her because she has the AoE stagger and she has protection regeneration as part of her kit as well. But the AoE stagger is very helpful because you can control when the opponents take a turn. They shouldn't take any turns ever. It's pretty much just, doesn't matter their speed. Well, that's not true. An incredibly fast resistance hero Poe could actually cause them to take one turn. But anyway, let's go take a look at Trevor Boy Gaming. He is still working away on KRU, and I don't think it's going to work very well. The problem also with this particular setup is every time that, if you have full auto on, every time that they use a special ability, they're calling in Watt to assist, and he applies dots. So that's actually healing KRU. So Trevor Boy has realized that, and now he's just using basics most of the time. And that's anyway why you wanted the weapon tech on Asajj, since she is ramping with all of these instances of advantage or taunt that KRU gets. So it's much better to have her. Hey, Gavin. Yeah. Wedge is nice for the turn meter and the damage, but he's not good for banners. There's a lot of characters that work well. The old Ben lead is another one that's pretty decent. But he also doesn't have banner regeneration. I mean, besides Han and Chewie, or Chewie's hitting. That's tough for Trevor Boy. It's a tough fight when you don't have a lot of highly geared characters. Let's see, what other choices does he have? Krennic. Does Krennic apply healing immunity with a second special? I don't recall, but that could potentially be an option. KRU, Droideka. No, that's not going to work. Not going to work. It's going to be timeout. Potentially, he could use Stormtrooper. The problem is that KRU applies Tenacity down on his basic, so he's just going to be healing. Yeah, he should have done a basic there, so Taunt stayed on. Okay, Stagger. No, he's just sort of grasping at straws here. It's not going to work. We have a Mon Mothma fight down here. Tasnek's doing Mon Mothma versus GG. Droideka. Pretty easy. Perfect. Yeah, these are one of the best setups. Almost guaranteed 53 banners using Mon Mothma against pretty much any GG Separatist lineup. You do sometimes run into problems if you have like somebody who places Nest with GG, because you can still kill Nest with Mothma and Cassian. You have the healing immunity from Cassian, but it is not a fun fight. You're definitely at risk of timeout. What else do we have going on here? This is going to be, should be a win. Downside is you've lost your Dispel though, without the little soldier dude. And I personally would be hitting on GG now to get his protection down a bit. I know you're sort of stalling until Soldier's back, but you want to get his protection down so you can, save some time. It's a very good thing that Mothma didn't use her res earlier, otherwise that would have been a loss. So great timing for that. Cassian doesn't seem too tanky. The way to build Cassian for this particular setup is protection everywhere, plus a potency cross. You can do a potency 2-piece. I think I have health primaries on my Cassian, or health 2 pieces, because you don't need them to really be that fast. I mean, the faster the better. But health primaries with protection, health sets with protection primaries are not that commonly used. Like Lord Vader is one of the only characters that use something like that. Or Sith Eternal Emperor, if you follow the true way of modding him with speed, a health 2-piece, and protection primaries. Very nice, 53 banners. A little dicey at one point, but an easy win. Let's go check out what Trevor Boy now is doing against this KRU. I took Bam in for the healing immunity. That's very smart. Very, very smart. Yeah, C is better with, not better necessarily, but I personally am a much bigger fan of running C with protection primaries and speed instead of health primaries. I think you're going to win. I have tested, and you're not going to lose the fights that the health primary or the health stacked C's will win. You'll win the same ones, but on any fights that go over 2 minutes or something like that, which is most of the fights these days with the raid teams, especially in 5s. I'm not just talking about 3s, by the way. Let's switch over. We have a Padme team going on, who actually Dialer's taking his team, JKR team against New Django. This is interesting. The Padme team here, was that a Django execute on GMY? I didn't catch that. The Rey fights go on longer and longer, and Rey is actually gaining mass. Oh my goodness. Newt claims another one. And yeah, that's pretty good. Oh man. Newt is a beast if you don't play that one correctly. I didn't see the beginning of the fight, though. I'm not sure what happened with Dylar. Could just have some bad luck. Double shrapnel blast, both hits on Yoda. That's why I'm not a big fan of JKR against that team. It's a bit too ugly for me. I prefer something like Troopers. Troopers are great in 3s. You can even use Mothma, assuming you don't have any really weak characters, but Mothma gives quite a bit of beefiness with her uniques. Let's see, he's taking somebody else in against Crew. Oops. No, we're right here. And a Phoenix Massacre up there by Fisk. That's one of the issues, at least from a observation perspective. It's very hard to get good matches at lower mana levels, mostly just killing pools. You can have the same problem at higher GP levels as well. But back to C. So anytime that the C fights go on long, assuming you're using Watch or Armorer, both of them recover a percentage of your protection. They're not giving you protection up, which is based upon your max health or based upon your health. They're giving you a percentage of your existing protection. So the way that C works is when you're linked with a character, you gain some of their protection and add it to your max protection. So the greater your max protection pool is, the more protection you will gain back over time from Armorer and Watt's tank tech. So for instance, let's say, the numbers aren't exact, I'm just using it as an example. Let's say you have 50,000 protection, and then over the course of the fight, that goes to 100,000 protection. So you'll have 100,000 protection. 40% of that is regenerated by Watt's tank tech, for instance. So you get 40,000 protection regeneration. This has nothing to do with your health whatsoever. Your health is going to be what it is. So your pool is health plus 100,000 protection. On the other hand, if you had, let's say, 70,000 protection, because you went health protection stacked instead of health stacked, you're going to gain 50,000 protection like the other guy, but you're going to have 120,000 protection, and so you're regenerating 40% of 120,000, which is 48,000 instead of 40,000. So effectively, unless you are worried about one-shots, which is really not an issue, even after the changes, a Relic 8 12,000 offense ray in 5v5s, assuming you don't have healing immunity, you have full protection, obviously, which is a different sort of issue. That's more how you play Save Your Link until you get JTR's healing immunity. R7C can withstand offense modded ray, 12,000 offense, can withstand her ult if you go with the protection build. Now, you can of course do that with a health build too. Like the total maximum for health for C, like at the beginning of the fight, it's higher if you have more health mods than if you go protection mods. However, over the longer fights, which more and more fights are with C, your maximum health and protection is higher with the protection mods, and you regenerate more protection. Like you regenerate more total than you would if you went just with a health stack build. But of course, there's nothing wrong with a health stack build. I just think that the longer fights, the protection stack build is easier for mods. Protection primary health mods are not in great demand. Protection primary mods in general are not in great demand. Except now Lord Vader uses them as well. And gas, there's a few characters who certainly use it, but I don't think they're the most useful. Let's go quick check tasks and text next here. He has a Jawa versus Mon Mothma. Poor Trevor Boy, he's not going to stand much of a chance to get through that KRU. Not looking that good. So, what's Tasnex doing? He's reading the moves. You can use the turn meter one. Nothing much else to do. Basic, I guess. The main problem with this setup is I don't know. I didn't recall from the score screen or the overview screen. She has her Zeta. So now, can they kill? That was beautiful, the AoE, the detonate the bombs. If she dies with potency up, she'll be resurrected. So, never mind, potency's gone. They should be fine now. Just a basic and she'll die. No, the middle calls an assist. Okay, nice, 50 points. Well done. what's going on over here with Dylar? He's got a JMK team to kill. Dylar's in Division 1, you can tell by the score, 1430. Let's see what he does here. Oh, we have a fleet battle. This is doing a fleet battle. Let's go check that out. Oh, everybody's favorite, Malevolence versus Executor. Going with the, I think this is one of the better setups with Vulture Droid, Hyena Bomber, and Imperial TIE Fighter. This one has, assuming your pilots are all relic, doesn't have to be high relic, but relic, and you don't, well, just assuming your pilots are relic, like, 3, 4, 5, whatever, especially Ebon Hawk, it helps if she stays alive 1 extra turn. If the ship stays alive 1 extra turn. Yeah, bringing in some fact. This counter has like a 70% win rate. So you definitely hear people all over saying, the Executor is terrible, the RNG is terrible, it's a 50-50 chance you're going to beat your... That is just a load of horse patootie. This particular counter, even if you don't choose to keep your Executor on offense, which is I think a much better choice, because this setup where you keep your Executor for defense, you're going to get less banners than you would if you mirrored Executor on offense. You have less chance of winning, and you're hoping this 70% win rate works out in your favor and doesn't for your opponent, which logically doesn't make any sense. I think it's just because a lot of the guilds put Executor on defense, which I also don't think is a choice to go for max points. However, it's less noticeable in TW because it's sort of binary. You win and you get, well, even 2 shots, it's like, you get 16 or 17 points instead of 22 or 20 or whatever. So there it's a much less impact. But in GAC, the impact of 2-shotting this fleet is huge. You lose 20 points for the win, for not winning on the first try. If you do win on the first try, you'll get like a 53 or a 52 or 55 maybe. Looks like this will win because he's playing it almost perfectly here. And no really crappy RNG because Hyena Bomber has stayed alive. And yeah, going to be a nice win. But if you would keep your... Okay, he'll win. If you would keep your... Oh, 59. That's an amazing banner total. Amazing. I don't know, was this a 7-star Executor? Maybe it wasn't 7-star. That's a great banner total. Great win. And let's go watch now. We have a Dylar taking JML versus a JMK with Cat. Interesting. It's all about getting to ultimate. I think this should be a win, but there's definitely it can go wrong. Anyway, back to the Negotiator or Executor on offense. If you save your Executor on offense, you definitely have a higher than a 70% chance to win the Executor Mirror, unless all of your pilots are slower. But in general, the Executor Mirrors are 90%, I would say, 90% chance to win, assuming even gear levels, and assuming yours is not like 4-star and theirs is 7-star. If yours is 4-star, I think for sure you put yours on defense, because you have a better chance of winning with a... Okay, GK is down, nice. You have a better chance of winning with the Malevolence fleet than your 4-star Executor mirror versus a 7-star mirror. But here, yeah, it's going to be a win. Okay, Cat's gone. Very well played. The power of keeping GLs for offense. Anyway, going back to Executor, assuming you are relatively the same in Executor stars and gear and all of that stuff. Well done, Dylar. You're going to get 62, 64 banners in the mirror because you don't need all the ships. With Executor, all you have to bring in is Slave 1 and Ebon Hawk. You can bring in IG2K if you want, but I think it's better to put IG2K with your Malevolence fleet. Generally, it'll get you a few more banners, and you only need, like, most of the time you just need IG2K or IG2K and Spy if you want. It's generally some of the highest banner options. Okay, we have another fight going on down here from Tasnex doing Bast Ezra versus a Dooku team. Nice. Don't have any way of dazing, but no real danger from the Dooku team either. There is the calling to assist, which is nice, but I think this will just be, yeah, Ezra's too strong. I wouldn't go, yeah, not Dooku until you have Old Ben taunting. Okay, now you can go for Dooku. Stun would be great. Usually the Dookus don't have a lot of tenacity. Okay, I can respect the basic. Yeah, go for Sunfac. You will get your taunt dispelled. Now go for a stun. Okay, well played. Easy win. And hey, look at this. We have now Dylar going for Malevolence versus, I'm guessing, versus, yeah, there you go. Same lineup that this was running versus an Executor. Let's see if he plays it the same way. I don't know the GP level of his ships. Man, poor Trevor Boy. Still beating the crap out of that KRU. Let's see what else we have going on. What other streams can I replace Trevor Boys with? He looks like he's getting done, basically. Playbook. Fatal is playing some other game. Oh, the Gritzy sessions are going on now. Looks nice. A lot of people there on Heinze's channel. Tasnex. The Horizon 1100. All right. Let's go check that out. Trevor Boy. I'm doing it live here. You can see what's going on behind the curtains. This is going to be number 2. The Horizon. All right. And how's he doing? Gas. Oh, yeah, going gas against Ray is good, but it's much more difficult in 3s. Much more difficult. Ray is about to go into her ult, so that's not a bad thing necessarily. Is he going to try and time it out here? Interesting, interesting. That's definitely one way to do it. I mean, what else is he going to gain from it? Not much. Who else does he have to bring in? What are the turn meters like? Okay, so Poe will go before Finn. Well, probably it'll be Ray, Poe, Finn. Ray will, oh, that's the problem. Ray will probably do a basic. I think she's below 40% health, so I don't think she can use Lifeblood. That's right, it's on the threshold, I'm not sure. She may be able to use Lifeblood, and then, if he's timing it out like it looks like he is, he may be able, or she may use Lifeblood first, but if it's below 40% health, okay, he's not going to watch the timeout. Alright, not gameplay. Let's go see how Dylar is doing Malevolence Mirror, or Malevolence versus Executor. Pretty good. Lost TIE Fighter, but Spy's in there. We're going with Malevolence's Shock Blast, taking out Houndstooth. Smart choice. Most dangerous of the characters. Will probably die on his turn. Perfect. Nice. More turn meter for you. Yeah. Very nice. And another clean win here. So, this is what I was talking about. If you know what you're doing, your fleet's decently relic. Dylar is pretty pumped. 55 is a good score. Definitely a good score. Yeah, so if you're willing, but you still have a higher chance of beating the Executor when you take in your own executor. So if you're very confident with this counter and you're okay with the overall less banners and you don't think your opponent can beat yours, then great. But that's, in my mind, that's a different way to play. Like personally, I play to get the highest score possible. That's again my own experience. Like I have done the 12-0 seasons and 3v3 and 5v5 and everything. So I don't really, that's not a motivation for me. I don't care about going undefeated in a season. I just want Kyber, but Kyber is pretty simple. I mean, not simple, but I mean, if you get all of your feats and you do full clears, I think you can have 4 losses and get Kyber. So it's not really that in Division 1. I'm not, I haven't done all the math as carefully for the other divisions. So it's not really that difficult to get Kyber, assuming you focus on max banners. So that's why I think going with the Executor Mirror, keeping your Executor for offense, is a much more effective way to get max banners in GAC, and you have less RNG, and it's just less annoying. Like Malevolence versus Executor, I don't exactly find that fun or entertaining. It's nice when it works, for sure, but it's not exactly a thrill ride. There's just too much RNG involved. Still not a lot. I really think it's about a 70% in general, assuming you know what you're doing and your fleet's decently relicked, about a 70% chance win rate. Okay, let's go see what's happening against Ray. It's taking in JKR, JKL. Nice. And Ray is below 40% health. Her basic was evaded, I think. Oh, yeah. Okay. Clever, clever. Okay. Good, good, good. He gets a turn. Yes, do that. And yes, exactly. How much does she regenerate? Okay, yep, perfect. I would go with the big hit and give it to Hermit Yoda. I don't think I would have done it. Now the problem is she's going to go into alt. Did she get healed up? Oh, shiza. That's painful. Because he might even want to time it out here. That's painful because Savior's already used. That is... yeah. It's a loss for sure. I would time it out. I would time it out here. She's going to heal up, I think, when she comes out. Oh no, wow. Color me surprised. Color me surprised. He could kill her. Wow, I did not know that. Is it like a low offense Ray or something? Okay, that's it. Dang! That was almost a win. So when did she go above 50% and come back? Maybe when the bros called the assist. Interesting. That's a tough loss. That is a tough loss. Here we have Tassanex taking in a questionable team. EP Thrawn, probably Vader. But now AoE. Oh, I thought EP was going to die. Okay, he did. Yeah. That's not so good. Yeah, that's going to be a loss. Yeah, the beefy Sith Troopers are dangerous. And we have him, the Horizon 1000, going for a Ray team. So Veers is dead. Piet Stark. Yeah, this is... man. Oof. This feels bad. This feels over. But I guess going to try and kill you. Oh man. This is the challenge. If you mess up the first counter in threes, it's almost impossible to kill the GLs. Oh boy. Not that fun. Oh. DR is left still. DR, Malik, and FBS. Yeah, why not? You have ability block. It's going to slow the bros down more. What is her health total? Is it going to go above? Is it going to go above? No, do it for days. Get a shock on her. I wouldn't stun. I mean, it's not bad. Kill! Kill! You could have killed. What am I missing? Why would you not kill in that situation? Not paying attention, maybe? Basic. Basic, basic, basic. No, basic. Basic. Excellent. Why would... Don't... Well, she's triggered already, I guess. Yeah, kill. Okay. Basic. Basic, so sudden whirlwind can't be used. Okay, beautiful. Alt will probably... Oh! Will she take one more turn? I think basic is better than wild lightning. Basics. Basics, so you get the frenzy off of you, off all the characters. Otherwise, you're taking extra damage. Anytime you use a special, yeah, he's using basics. Very nice. When you use specials, I think he's gonna do it. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. Man, well played. Very smart play on this last one. Except, I don't know, I really would have used the drain at the beginning and kill Finn. I think it's Finn. Whatever, the one on our left. That was extremely well played. Very, very nicely done. Looks like Dylar, okay, still 5 teams here. Tassanex has an executor to go up against. Okay, trash in the back. Okay, well done, Horizon. The Horizon, very well done. That was a really nice fight. All right, let's go take a look at Tassanex here. See what he's gonna do. He's gonna take out some character teams first before going to fleets. I think after Tassanex's stream is done, I'll be done here. It'll be about an hour. Let's see how it goes. I'll do at least another 25 more minutes. Okay, well this looks simple enough. Let me take a look and see what other streams are ongoing. Let me replace Dylar and Fisk, I think. Well, maybe not this, because he has 3 accounts. So, Positron player, full cleared. Oh, we have Liquid Schwartz streaming. I didn't realize he streamed. Liquid Schwartz is an amazing player, very smart guy too. We'll replace this here. Screen number 1. Sorry, you can see everything happening at the same time. Anyway, Liquid Schwartz is... Too many big names to fit here. There we go. He's gotten number 1 before, I think in Division 5 or 6, or maybe before they changed the divisions. Don't recall. And he does an amazing analysis of... let me switch real quick. Multitasking, not my strong suit. Anyway, he does an amazing analysis of the GAC divisions, how many people are there in each one, the point spread, and I did a nice project with him. Okay, let's go take a look at Liquid Schwartz here. Cam versus some crappy Phoenix. But he did great analysis of the different divisions, and I worked with him a bit to get some additional data and tried to evaluate how competitive the different divisions were. And by competitive, I mean like how many points was the spread in the top 10 versus the top 50, how many people are participating. Very, very interesting stuff. The Cliff Notes, I made a little video about it. You can look at my channel, it took a couple weeks ago. The Render Science channel. Cliff Notes, their division like 2 through 4 are certainly the most competitive. Liquid is Division 3. Thanks, Gavin. I don't know if he got the Premier Kyber Champion in Division 3 though. I think he got it in an earlier division. I'm not sure. He may have gotten it in 3 as well. And he probably got it more than once. He's a very, very efficient player. Yeah. He also, like, he's equally efficient playing as he is building his roster. Because that's a huge part, obviously, of this game as well. All right, we have Tassanex taking... Oh my goodness, this is a bit of an overkill here. JKM, Jedi Master Kenobi, JMK, and Cat versus Plo versus Maul. Interesting move. Normally versus Maul, especially in 5s, you put the invulnerability on your tank, not on Cat. Because if you put it on your tank, Maul wastes his whole opening 5 stacks. I mean, his first stack maybe hits Cat or something else. Not all the time he's going to hit Cat though. But you'll save all of your protections, all of your tanks' stats and everything if you put it on, if you give invulnerability to the tank. It's a better choice against Maul teams. When you're running JMK, I'm talking like mostly arena matchups. I don't know how many people put JM or Lord Vader and Maul in 3s. I've seen it twice, I think, so far. With yesterday and today's matches, the ones that I've seen. But it is definitely not very common. Because Maul doesn't really add a whole lot to the Lord Vader team. Like, against Lord Vader, you're going to take in... Well, you can take in JMK Cat. As we saw earlier, there was a JML... Or were we watching that one here? Or was I watching it myself? Anyway, JML... I think I was watching it myself. JML, Shock T, and Grandmaster Yoda against Lord Vader, Royal Guard, and Stormtrooper. A joke of a fight. Like, an easy win. Okay, now just fleets for Tassanex. An easy win for the Jedi Master Luke. And if you add Maul to Lord Vader, I mean, probably you should take in, I don't know if the Jedi Master, there's no reason why Jedi Master Luke shouldn't work as well, because Maul's just going to blow his load as it goes against Jedi Master Luke. And then he won't have 3 or more stacks of ferocity. I forget the name of his, not ferocity, whatever his agony or something, whatever his debuff is. So once he doesn't have more than 3 stacks, then he can be ability blocked and stunned. So he just gets taken out so quickly. And in 3s, he doesn't ramp up Lord Vader's ultimate as fast. That's a nice thing about Maul in 5s, more on offense than on defense, but it also works on defense. Especially with Piets in there, to give a stack of Emperor's Trap every time an Emperor, but actually it doesn't work for Maul. Anyway, take the Piet part aside. Still helps, not as much with Maul though. In 5s, Maul will help Lord Vader get to ultimate before JMK. So it can make a difference on defense, although mostly it's on offense. But probably the best counter to Lord Vader in 3s is SLK and Wat Tambor. Okay, we have to dial our switch to Tassanex here. So let me find somebody else. Anyway, SLK and Wat will take out Lord Vader even with Maul. That doesn't really make a difference. Doesn't make a difference at all. Okay, so Trevor Boy is going to his roster. We're sort of getting to the end here. Not that many more active streams. Perhaps my morning, earlier in the evening is better. The next time I do this, I'll be doing it a couple times a week, I think. But we'll keep watching Tassanex here through the end of his match. See how he does. You can see him on 2 screens if you want, number 3 and number 4. And one slightly delayed from the other. That's interesting. That's because it's a referral, perhaps. Anyway, so how is this going? He's bringing in Sunfac first. No, Spy first, sorry. We'll get rid of the Buzz Droid, but really no other alternative. You're not going to go for Houndstooth. So we have, oh, interesting. This was a IG2K. So this is a different choice. IG2K is actually a much better starting if you expect your opponent to try and counter you with Malevolence, because Xanadu Blood will come in second, and will give Retribution to the whole team since they're all bounty hunters. Actually, I don't recall if Xanadu Blood gives Retribution to everybody. But anyway, it prevents Buzz Droids from being stuck on... Oh, lost Hyena Bomber because of the counterattacks. Prevents the Buzz Droids from sticking on Houndstooth, which is a problem. And it also slows, I guess. Yeah, Ebon Hawk is the way to go here. You have to clear all the buffs. And it's open, middle, yeah. It also will even, oh nice, he's going to take out, okay, so it can be a good cleanup now at least. Anyway, as I was saying, even the ability block that comes on Houndstooth after or comes on any ship after the expiration of a Buzz Droid, the next time that Houndstooth counterattacks, that also will be dispelled, because it's a basic from Houndstooth. So yeah, definitely, I don't know who his Tassinek's opponent is, but an excellent choice to put in IG-2000 in the starting lineup if you're expecting your opponent to Malevolence it. The downside is you can actually use a very good Rebel fleet, and you can win against the IG-2000 starting, but sort of iffy. Yeah, it looks like Tassinek's... Oh, he got the ult off. He's pretty cheerful about that, I can imagine. But can he kill everything? All he has is TIE Fighter. Are any one of those the original Vulture Droid? I don't think they're the original Vulture Droid, so I think it's just TIE Fighter. Now I'll bring in Soldier. I changed some audio settings to make my mic more sensitive, and you probably can hear the car driving by outside, parking in our parking lot. Sorry about that. Okay. Is he gonna pull this off? I think he is. Yeah, give overcharge to one of the vultures. Oh my goodness. What a win. I thought that was not going to be a win. 54 banners too. A little bit of relief on Tassinek's face there. Just a tiny, tiny smudge. Well played. But look at that. We saw 3 Malevolence versus Executor mirrors, or fights, not mirrors. Every single one a win. Every single one a win. Makes such a big difference. I mean, people are getting more experience with it. All these people are somewhat comfortable with the fight. I certainly know that Dylar and Tassinek's are both in one of the Shadowlands guilds, and those guys know how to do their Malevolence versus, all of the bigger guilds really know how to do the Malevolence versus Executor, some a little bit more than others, but so this is definitely something that's used all the time in the territory wars. I think pretty much all of the guilds put Executor on defense and then roll the dice as it would be. Yeah, I feel the same way, Chris. I think the reason why not, to be honest, is it is the Gridsy session with Heinze. Oh, and Crumb too. Oh, is Crumb there? Ah, okay. I didn't realize Crumb was on the stream with Heinze. So it's Heinze, looks like Solo, good old Maurice, Llama, Crumb, Loki, and Gridden. Oh, that'll be a good one to check out. That will be a fun one to check out for sure. We'll move over there. So I'll move over there. Suggest you go check that out as soon as Tassanex is finished with this last fleet battle. Except Mir, it's higher banners, but tough cleanup, it loses. Yeah, that's true, Gavin. If you don't one-shot it, yeah, you're more likely not to kill anything if it's a fail. But this one definitely can bring one in. The thing is, I am thinking carefully about my words here. I think in the entire time that I've been using Executor in GAC, ever since it came out, because I had it 7-starred at the beginning. Yeah, that's what it looks like, Chris. I think everybody's over there. The streamers are over there. Not a huge amount of viewers, but most of the streamers are over there. But anyway, I have lost one battle versus one mirror, Executor versus Executor. I don't have an R9 Piet or anybody on my Executor fleet. I personally find the Executor versus Executor mirror is much easier than a Malevolence versus Executor. And the time I did lose my Executor mirror is the first time that it happened to me. It's possible. I think they changed it in this last patch where the Dispel and AoE from Executor, his mass attack, I don't recall the name of it. If the damage portion was evaded, the Dispel would not occur, which shouldn't have been happening, I think, because they just fixed that in the latest patch notes, I believe. I could be wrong, I may be misthinking, but I think they did fix that section. Anyway, so that happened on Razor Crest, so I couldn't apply Breach with my Razor Crest on their Razor Crest, and it just made their Razor Crest last a little bit longer, kill mine, and I ended up, I think I had killed their XP, I think just killed their XP, but Houndstooth and Razor Crest were alive, and then they beat me to ult. I still could clean it up, but that's the only time I've lost the mirror. Alright, Tassanex won with 65 points, and I think that is all of the active streams. Well, we have Horizon. Let's go take a look at Horizon fight real quick. Horizon just lost. Ooh, he took. Oh, he has an R8. Oh. He took Finalizer. Oh my goodness. How is he losing? Finalizer against Rebels. That can lose. I mean, you can get unlucky for sure. That's tough. Okay, let's see what Liquid Schwartz is doing. But I would Negotiator the Finalizer, and then Radis, you could kill Radis with the Finalizer. Negotiator, the home one, and then Radis can be killed with Finalizer. Oh man, that poor guy. I didn't see the beginning of the Finalizer fight. He has Thrawn and Negotiator left. Thrawn can kill Holdo. Yeah, for sure. Can kill Radis. But what is Liquid Schwartz going to do? A decent defense he's up against, not a pushover, at least in this zone. Well, the Boba team is a bit sketched. But interesting, once Boba gets killed, assuming you kill Boba first, he'll be below 60% health, and will trigger Beskar Mandalorian's turn. Beskar Mandalorian would then be able to use invulnerability on Boba. Clever, I like that little setup. So Tassanex full cleared, 3269. I'm not sure what his opponent is up to. His opponent only cleared one zone and then one character in the top zone. Okay, let's take a look back over at the Horizon and see. Oh, he's rethinking his starting fleet. What will he do? What will he do? Going in full. He better be taking it against Rebels. Man, it sucks to have a couple of... He's taking it against Radis? What? What? instead of Ray. Don't agree with either of those choices. But at least it's very unlikely that, I think I would have brought in, oh, no. Bring in Ahsoka and target the Resistance X-Wing. I mean, this should be a crushing victory, but if you bring in Ahsoka and target the Resistance X-Wing, she'll dispel all the buffs and gain health instead. I mean, it should still be a win. I don't think it'll change even the points. Oh, it depends on what this is, B28. What is on the home one team? I'm so confused. It's just AoE, buddy. No, yeah, okay. No reason to bring more in. Okay, easy. Could have gotten 66 points had Ahsoka been brought in. But why? Drop the TIE Fighter and bring in Lando's Millennium Falcon. Lando's Millennium Falcon is pretty good. You can give him a lot of, if he comes in last, you can do some good stuff with him. I think this is going to be a loss, a bad loss. I 100% would have taken this team versus the Radis team instead. I think he doesn't have that much hope either. And Liquid is still thinking and planning. Liquid Torches, Lem Jahi at your service. Okay, interesting name for that guy, his opponent. This is not going well. Poor guy, poor Horizon, but at least he killed for sure. Okay, maybe if he thought this was going to happen, okay, I can understand his thought process. I'm guessing he was like, well, I know Negotiator will beat Radis and give me the most possible points. I think Negotiator is always going to beat home one too. Like it's an easy win. Easy win, unless this is like a super high relic home one fleet, I don't know. But even that, an easy win. I would have brought Negotiator here because it's a safe win, and this has a better chance against Radis. But I can understand from his perspective, he knows he's going to get a win against Radis fleet with Negotiator, and then this is sort of a I hope and pray type of situation. Oh well, poor guy. His GAC is over from that account. I don't know if he has more than one. Now, what is Liquid Schwartz doing? I don't know how much he's doing. He's taking his time, whatever he's doing. So I'm going to actually choose now to end my live analysis stream. I'm planning the camera fell out of focus a little bit. Hello. Weird. Very romantic lighting or something. Hello. Strange. Okay, I need to fix that too. Obviously, I'm not the most professional of streamers. But thank you guys very much for showing up. I'm planning on doing this probably twice a week. I'll choose different times, either approximately 6 p.m. Pacific or around this time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern or 10 p.m. Eastern. One of the two times. Man, it looks like I'm in a computer game with high anti-aliasing. Not anti-aliasing, but what's the effect when you look into the sun? Halo or something? Anyway, I'll definitely be doing this again a couple times a week. I think in the morning there is generally fewer 6 p.m. Eastern versus 10 p.m. Eastern. Normally there's more people at 10 p.m. Eastern, but because of this Crumb show that's going on, the Heinze Crumb show, I think those streamers are either watching that or on the show. So I'd suggest checking that out, or check out Liquid Schwartz if you want to watch a great player. Let's watch Maul on offense real quick, and I'll end right after this Maul fight. Thanks very much, Inked Up. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I think I'll have a better overlay next time as well. Need to fix some of this stuff. So Liquid is going with the Maul, Canderous, Watt team. This is great because Watt, this is something Fatal made a video about. Watt, when he uses a special trigger Frenzy from Maul. Now, he's going to give Weapon Tech, I imagine, to Maul, or Weapon Tech to Canderous. Perhaps Weapon Tech to Canderous. I would give Weapon Tech to Canderous, and Health to Maul? Wow, I don't recall Maul's relic level. I think it was relic. So he gave Shield Tech to Maul? Why would you do an AoE? Doesn't make sense. Get you 2 stacks. You can use your... oh no, because he only had 3 stacks. Okay, there's no Kenobi on the team. My fault. AoE makes sense. Now I'll have 5 stacks next turn and delete somebody. Here, I would probably use basic. It's a weak magnet and a dead magnet. 3 counterattacks, but still a dead magnet. And now, Weapon Tech, Health Tech? I would use Weapon Tech. Why don't you give him more TM? Give Canderous more TM. Yeah, I think if you're giving, I think Tank Tech is better in the 3s setup because it's always going to be Canderous tanking. So making sure he has regeneration is a great call. In 5s, you're going to have more than one person tanking. So, oh, look at this, disgusting. Maul is an amazing character in 3s and 5s on offense outside of the Lord Vader team. Really, Maul and Lord, look at that, 2,300 points. Oof. All right, last fight. That's the last fight we're going to watch today. Anyway, Maul's an awesome character. And in 3s, yeah, I think it's better to put the Tank Tech on Canderous because he's the only one that's going to be tanking. In 5s, I think it's more of a different question. I'm not even sure I like Watt in 5s, honestly. I would take like Shock or something like that. I've seen like 3 or 4 fights, Chris, with Maul in 3s on offense. There hasn't been a fight that hasn't been 50. All the fights have been 53 or 54 banners. Like, he just demolishes everybody. Most of the ones I've seen, actually, this is the first Watt version I've seen. Most of the ones I've seen are like the, I don't know, it's been on maybe Fatal put it on his video too. It's Maul, Bo-Katan, and Canderous. But personally, I mean, it depends on speeds, right? Like the advantage of Maul is he's always going to go first, assuming somebody goes faster than him and triggers his frenzy. So I think you can put other characters in the Maul team, like Maul. I don't think I've seen anybody else with it, but personally, I think Maul, Gideon, and Canderous is a good one. Or Maul, Gideon, and Sabine, if your Sabine is relicked. Yeah, I haven't seen any Maul versus Gas in live GAC action. I'm not a big fan of that. I think my favorite gas counter, non-GL gas counter, is Thrawn, Han, and Chewie. That's like 100% if you play it correctly. But the problem that a lot of people don't know how to play it correctly, and so they fail. The only thing that could throw it off a little bit is if it's an incredibly tanky 5s and gas. That's the only thing I've seen that would cause problems. But even that you can win, assuming your Han and Chewie are not like relic 3s or something like that. But anyway, this is an amazing fight here. That's the end of the stream for today. Thank you again, guys, for showing up. I will definitely be doing more of this. And good luck in your GACs if you haven't done yours yet. I haven't actually done mine. I still need to do it. So that should be interesting. Need to see what my opponent has put up. So good luck, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Cheers, and I'll see you next stream. Good luck.